Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Each year for Dodge and Chrysler brand vehicles, I like to do both a lineup overview and a full in-depth buying guide like this video, which includes pretty much every single option for each trim level in the lineup, like all the colors, features, and performance, along with the prices and current photos. Hopefully this guide can help you decide on a model, or maybe you'll just find it interesting to see what's offered. As always, this is for American cars only, with US prices and options. It's also the last call, aka the last year of the Charger on the LX/LD platform, so lots of dealers are price gauging and charging way more than what the MSRP might be. Also note that other 2023 cars may have had different features in the past, but this is what's available for ordering at this time. Before we get into the buying guide, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, one of the most popular games out there, Raid Shadow Legends. This is a fantasy-themed role-playing game available on iOS, Android, and PC for free, and it's one that can keep you busy for hours as you take on the role of one of more than 700 unique champions, using different strategies to complete tough challenges like bosses, dungeons, or the Doom Tower. Whether you want to play casually and enjoy the high-quality graphics, or dive in deep and compete with other players on PvP Arena, you can join the millions of people globally that love playing this game. I'm a big fan of the game as it's a small escape from reality and allows you to constantly make progress over time. Now, aside from playing, Raid has recently dropped an awesome new series, Call of the Arbiter, where you can watch 10 episodes of animated stories, giving you insight into the folklore of Raid characters and background stories. Some new characters from this series are also being added as a champion that you can play with in-game, like Artak, a mighty orc warlord who was featured in the first episode of Call of the Arbiter. What's even better is that Artak is available for free to everyone. All you have to do is log on to Raid for 7 days between now and July 24th. And if you haven't seen the series yet, go check it out, and then remember to log in for 7 days so you don't miss out on your free Artak. There's never been a better time to get started, and if you're a new player and use my link in the description, or scan my QR code on screen, you'll get this free starter pack with over $30 worth of in-game loot to kickstart your game. Just click my link in the description, pass the tutorial, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Now let's get back to the video. First, I just want to briefly look at the sales. As we can see, the Charger is still a really popular vehicle, selling over 413,000 times over the past 5 years. So that's an average of almost 83,000 per year. This year the Charger lineup is down to 7 models. That's down 1 model from 2022 because last year the Jailbreak was a separate paid option. This year it's standard on all the Hellcats, as Dodge probably tries to use up as many spare parts as they can before the cars are gone. Beginning with the V6 models, I feel like a broken record here, but the powertrains have not changed one bit since 2011. The V6 is the 3.6 liter Pentastar engine with 292 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque on the SXT, and 300 horsepower and 264 pound-feet of torque on the GT. Both come with an 8-speed automatic, as does every Charger. If you're looking for a manual, those are only offered on the Challenger Hemis. Rear-wheel drive is standard on the V6s, but all-wheel drive will cost a hefty $3,600 on the SXT and $3,000 on the GT. Miles per gallon is 19 city and 30 highway for rear-wheel drive, and 18 city and 27 highway MPG for all-wheel drive on these V6s. And 0 to 60 happens in just over 6 seconds. So now we can look at each individual trim level. The first is going to be the SXT with a base price of $34,230. That's already $1,730 more than last year, but I will show a graphic with prices from the last 3 years so you can see how crazy high these prices are getting. Standard features include the Uconnect 4 with 7-inch touchscreen and Apple CarPlay, a Park View rear backup camera, and dual zone climate control. The SXT has 7 packages offered. The popular blacktop package is $12.95, and that will add lots of black features like wheels, grille, badge, a spoiler, and also a 3.07 rear axle ratio. The Plus group is the most expensive for $4,075, and that basically gets you a fully loaded vehicle with a better sound system, heated seats and steering wheel, Nappa leather, the 8.4-inch Uconnect system, and more. And the others you'll find on screen. The SXT gets 3 wheel options, 17 by 7 inch comes standard, and the other 2 you can only get if you choose the packages that I mentioned, including 20 by 8 inch black noise and 20 by 8 satin carbon. All-wheel drive wheels have a different offset, but it looks like the designs are pretty much the same, 20 inches as well. On the inside there are houndstooth cloth sports seats that are standard. Last year you just got regular cloth, and you can upgrade to Nappa leather seats with that Plus group only. As for some extra options, you can add a power sunroof for $1,295 and a cargo net for $30. The GT is next at a cost of $36,930, an increase of $1,655 from 2022. For that extra coin, the GT is worth it. It looks way better with a performance hood with functional hood scoop and a front splitter. The car also drives and handles better with the performance steering and suspension and standard 20-inch wheels. The screen is better as well, up from 7 inches on the SXT to 8.4 inches standard, and it's got Dodge performance pages, and there are bigger seat bolsters. This year there are 8 packages to be had, mostly the same as the SXT, except for the performance handling group and the Hemi Orange package. So the first is $15.95 and adds wider 20-inch wheels, black Brembo calipers and rotors, and a leather flat-bottom steering wheel. The Hemi Orange package is meant to pay homage to the iconic 426 Hemi engine, but for some reason Dodge has made it available here on the GT without a Hemi. For $3,000 it adds a unique black and orange combination of accents, with a gunmetal stripe with orange accent tracer, midnight gray metallic badges, and 4-piston orange calipers with 20 by 9 inch medium gloss black wheels. Inside there's orange stitching, a flat-bottom steering wheel, and Dodge Rhombus seatback logos. The GT gets a whopping 5 wheel choices. 20 by 8 inch satin carbon is standard, and each of the others are part of the various packages. All will be displayed on screen along with the package price, including the nice 20 by 9 inch set with the Hemi Orange package. And the all-wheel drive wheels are the same as the SXT. Otherwise, there are no new additional paid features here from the SXT, other than a $0 spare tire. Now we move on to the first V8 engine, which is of course the 5.7-liter Hemi, with 370 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque, and that can only be had with the RT. This engine gets 16 city and 25 highway MPG, and 0 to 60 happens in 4.9 seconds, with a 13.4 second quarter mile. As for the RT model itself, it's got a huge increase to $43,970, up by over $3,000 from last year. The extra money basically gets you that V8 and an active exhaust. New this year is a 345 fender badge, which represents the engine displacement, as well as a Dodge badge in the grille instead of the RT badge like before. It seems to me that Dodge is prioritizing those RT badges for the Scat Pack models instead. The RT has 8 familiar packages. The Daytona is still around, but it's almost $1,500 more than last year at a price of $5,475. This adds features like the Daytona decals and badging, Daytona suede seats, different wheels, a cold air intake, and lots more. It's also got the blacktop, navigation, and a few others. 3 wheel options can be had here, down from 5 last year. There are various 20 by 8 inch and 20 by 9 inch offerings depending on the package selections. The interior also has cloth seats standard, but there is the option for Napa Alcantara seats or the suede Daytona version. Extra paid options for the RT that we haven't seen thus far would be the 19-speaker Harman Kardon audio system for $1,795 and a $495 spare tire. The next V8 is a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi, packing 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is fairly similar to the 5.7, rated at 15 city and 24 highway MPG. 0 to 60 happens in just 3.9 seconds, with the quarter mile in 12.3 seconds. The Scat costs $50,330, again a huge, almost $4,000 price increase from last year. There are several features to separate it from the RT, like standard Brembo 4-piston calipers, launch assist, line lock, launch control, SRT performance pages, heated performance cloth seats, a leather steering wheel, and 20 by 9 inch wheels. I also noticed that Dodge has been using the grills with the corner slots for these 2023 Scat Packs. You might remember that they did have this design in 2019 on the Scat Packs and Hellcats, but they quietly stopped using it just after that 1 year. Maybe it wasn't popular. I can only assume that they have a lot of those left, and again, they're using up their spare parts before these cars are gone. The Scat Pack has 8 packages, many we've already seen so far, including that Daytona Edition group to turn your Scat Pack into a Daytona 392 model if you choose. The one package we haven't seen up until now would be the $3,390 Dynamics package. That adds black 6-piston front Brembo calipers, a leather flat-bottom SRT steering wheel, 20 by 9.5 inch wheels, and 275/40 ZR20 tires. There's also the $1,595 carbon suede interior package with carbon fiber accents and a suede headliner. Only 2 types of wheels are offered this year on the Scat Packs: standard 20 by 9 inch low gloss granite crystal, and the wider 20 by 9.5 inch low gloss knurled wheels, which can be had with the Daytona Edition group or the Dynamics package. I still find it absurd that this interior comes standard with cloth seats with the Scat Pack B logo. The Daytona Edition group will add the Daytona logo Napa Alcantara seats, while the Scat Pack logo Napa Alcantara seats will come with the Plus group. There are also a couple of paid options here, like the $3,495 satin black hood, roof, trunk, and spoiler combo, and $995 dual carbon stripes. It looks like Dodge has removed the satin black hood only option and the adaptive damping suspension, which were both add-ons last year. The Scat Pack Widebody is next, starting at over $56,000, almost a $6,000 increase from 2022. Over a regular Scat Pack, this widebody adds 3.5-inch wider fender flares, wider side sills, an integrated front and rear fascia, performance fascia with mail slot air opening, wider 20x11-inch wheels, and 305/35 ZR20 tires. You also get Bilstein adaptive damping suspension, where you can customize the ride stiffness, a leather flat-bottom steering wheel, and 6-piston Brembos up front with 4 pistons in the rear. All the packages are the same as the Scat Pack, but for some reason Dodge has discontinued the Hemi Orange package off of the ordering page. So last year this was available on both the GT and the Scat Pack Widebody, but it could be that nobody was ordering it for the Hemis and they discontinued it. The Widebody also has only one wheel offering, down from 3 last year, and 2 tire choices. Now we reach the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 found in the Hellcats. Unlike the Challenger, there's no regular body Hellcat, it's widebody or nothing. The base Hellcat now costs $82,650, a crazy jump of $5,650 from 2022. Found under the hood is that 6.2-liter V8 with 717 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. Gas mileage is rated at 13 city and 22 highway mpg. The performance keeps getting better and better over the other models, with the Hellcat able to do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds and the quarter mile in 11.5 seconds. So the Hellcat costs $26,325 more than a Scat Pack widebody, but it does back it up with widebody competition suspension, a performance hood with heat extractors, 20x11-inch carbon black wheels with the 305/35 ZR20 Pirelli P0 standard, and an SRT track experience day where you get a one-day driving experience at a track hosted by Dodge. Each Hellcat also has the adaptive damping suspension with an SRT-tuned Bilstein 3-mode system with auto, sport, and track mode. The Hellcats also have electric power steering. Beneath the wide wheels are 2-piece Brembo 15.7-inch front rotors with 6-piston calipers and 13.8-inch rear rotors with 4-piston calipers. Inside on the 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen, you also get SRT drive modes and SRT performance pages. The Hellcat has just one package this year, down from 4 last year. As I've said, all the 2023 Hellcats are the jailbreak version, so that gives the ability to add lots more customization than you could in past years. So unlocked are many different options than any other models, like 5 colors of dual stripes, 3 different satin or gloss painted options for the roof, hood, and deck lid, a black SRT spoiler, black exhaust tips, decals, midnight metallic or brass monkey exterior badging, your choice of 5 brake caliper colors, 3 choices of seat belts, 3 different bezel and console finishes, 3 steering wheel LED color options, and 3 floor mat trim color choices. There's also a suede headliner, and some other options that we've seen available on the other models. Dodge has also added tons of wheels, with 7 different options to choose from, which I'll briefly display now. The interior here finally doesn't have cloth, but rather Laguna leather seats with the Hellcat logo on them, and there is an option for Alcantara Laguna seats instead that will cost $1,000. Now, the most powerful charger you can currently buy brand new is the Redeye. This has what they call a high output version of the 6.2-liter Hemi V8, with 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque, and that's paired with the TorqueFlite 8HP90 8-speed automatic transmission. The 0 to 60 times are relatively similar between the Redeye and the regular Hellcat widebody, around 3.4 seconds. But there is some decent improvement on the quarter mile, as the Redeye can do the quarter mile in 10.6 seconds at 129 miles per hour, and it has a top speed of 203 miles per hour, more than the Hellcat widebody, which tops out at 196. One big change to the transmission from the Hellcat is an upgraded torque converter, which gives an 18% increase in torque multiplication. Compared to the standard Hellcat engine, there are 25 major component upgrades. The supercharger is larger, up from 2.4 liters to 2.7 liters. The boost pressure has increased to 14.5 psi from 11.6 psi. The RPM limit has increased to 6,500 RPMs, and there are 2 dual-stage fuel pumps instead of just 1. With all the improvements on the Redeye, the price also increases to $91,250, again well over $5,500 more than last year. The Redeye is also a jailbreak, so all the same cool options from the Hellcat will carry over here. The interior features Laguna leather seats standard, embossed with the SRT Hellcat logo. The Redeyes also get a 220 mph speedometer, the Redeye logo on the splash screen on the startup, and a Redeye logo on the key fobs. So that's it for all the models. Finally, we can move on to the paint jobs. Dodge has removed a few colors like Stinger Yellow, Indigo Blue, Smoke Show, and Hellraisin, which were all offered at some point in 2022. The 4 colors they added this year are Plum Crazy, B5 Blue, Sublime, and Destroyer Gray. And finally, here's a quick list of some of the major changes that we saw between last year's and this year's models. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed checking out all that the 2023 Dodge Charger has to offer, and make sure to let me know if you want to see more buying guides across the Dodge and Chrysler lineup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.